Díobh buculaí, so rang eile nu líne, buchas le dia de híine secuin be mé stig sa rang liv agus tá san downarm agus tá sketaminiarm contract ash ach aniu agus mórach freisin beg fián siúle video don rang. So iniu tá ag glanún raig le rud nua ag fécin der don nua an seo iniu. So Creeknig muid an Bhliain Gaeilge, so captivity faoi an leon agus an zoo agus mar sin. So tá sin Creeknig gin tá cuaig dáanta 5 poems. So tá ag glanún raig ag déanamh don eile iniu, don nua arís, agus sin colscara le Pádraig Mac Sibna. So colscara le Pádraig Mac Sibna. Shríomh Pádraig Mac Sibna on Don seo. Don, D-A for the N is poem. File, F-I-L-E, is poet. So Pádraig Mac Sibna on File, colscara on Don. Okay, so takes on Don sa lawer gachtainna tegadi Caracade Fea 3 423 gachtainna tegadi shin on Lahanach sho. Again, we see in the poem we have 3 different layouts for the actual poem. Takes on Dawn, the text itself that you'd see on the exam paper or in a book of poetry. Lagan Prosh, so Lagan simply, agus an sin Ferbert on Tema. Ferbert is a word you might want to write into your copy there. Ferbert is development. Okay, so that's the development of the poem and what's happening there. So, Maris Oldíomh gachtainna Caracade Fithe 3. Maris Oldíomh tá na dáanta on Scrúdú Vale, on Scrúdú Vale, dahad faoin géad, 40% is your oral. A part of that is reading one of the poems, testing your léthóireacht reading. So just ag fécinn der seo arís mar dúirt mé cheana féin, you start by saying the name of the poem and then the poet, and then off you go. Okay. Colscara le Pádraig Mac Sibna. Seantaigh sé ban I nead a chinne, faoi sibh ceann lech a hinne, áitis is grán I dógáil clinne. Tháinig sí fearr is taobh den bhríste, díodan is seirc is leat den chiste, sira thar lear is meas na míalta. Hangthas réiteach scaradar. So cad is brí le colscara féin. Tá sé anna tábhach go bhfuil fiosaghain ar an title, the title. Colscara sin divorce, okay? Separation between a married couple. So colscara divorce. Agus scríomh Pádraig Mac Sibna on Don seo. Let's read through it one more time. Just listening. You know, for the pronunciations, watching where we have a D before a T, where there's a H in here, again, H here, just making sure that we're pronouncing those chevus where we add a H. Would have heard that before. So, colscara le Pádraig Mac Sibna. Tháinig sé ban I nead a chinne, faoi sibh is ceann lech a hinne, áitis is grán I dógáil clinne. Tháinig sí fearr is taobh den bhríste, díodan is seirc is leat den chiste, sira thar lear is meas na míalta. Hangthas réiteach scaradar. Okay, so fécar cúpla focail tábhachtach an seo. Some of the themes that they've told us here. Unposta is an important word. Cóhlint, tuiscint, Lanuan, so Lanuan I gceist, fearr agus ban. Dearca, tradiisiúnta, on sale posted, nua aimsirtha. Again, look at the contrast, tradiisiúnta, nua aimsirtha. Dearca arís. Níor éirigh lo. They did not manage. They did not, another way to say they did not succeed. Okay? So níor éirigh lum sa scrúdú. I didn't succeed in the exam. a choru, to overcome, and scarshiad, they separated. Scarshiad, same as scarder, they separated. Scarshiad, same as scarder. Okay. So, Dawn sort, I suppose, Dawn Bronach slí amháin, níl sé go jazz, tá sé faoi cult scara divorce. So níl an ábhar the subject, níl sé ro jas, ach is Dawn simúil interesting ag an am céine. Cad a dearan on dinne scríb an leabhar faoin téma. What did they say about this team? It gives us a little example. And again, as we go through this, you should be taking down some words that I'm going to be giving you. So, an pósa is téma don Dawn seo. Marriage is the theme of this poem. Feicimid covalent idir gá iarca an sail. So really important verb, fectasy, feicimid. We'll be using that all the time when we're talking about poetry. You would have seen it in the last time when we were doing Davin. So we see a conflict between two views of life. Agus bás an grá an freisin. Really important phrase. Write it in the book or write it in your copy, better still. Bás an grá, the death of love. Fós leanúin agus bhí siad ag súil le saol sonna sásta. Bhí siad ag tnú le áthas. They were hoping, after their married couple were hoping for a saol áthasach, a happy life. Ach bhí tuiscint ghifriúil an mirt acu. Different understanding of marriage, different understanding of pósa. Tuiscint difriúil fósa a bhí acu. Agus bhí rudaí difriúil uhu. So, chastig rudaí difriúil, difriúla uhu. They wanted different things. We'll get into where that comes up in the poem and how we see that. So, dearca dúnta tradiisiúnta a bhí ag an fearr. So, outlook is a closed traditional view by the man. An bósa ach dearca oscailta nua aimsirtha a bhí ag an meán. She was open, modern view of marriage there. Níor éirigh leo na difriachtaí, that's another important word, difriachtaí, the differences. Idir an dá dearca seo a chorú, farróir mar sin scar siad an chéile. Focail das é farróir, lad, scríbhaisteach é sin. Therefore, farróir. Let's just double check that. I don't want to be giving you the wrong information there, gents, so let's have a quick look. Again, folklore.ie, you're real, very important. A very important one to have there, and open it up. Alas, okay, alas. Alas, it wasn't to be. So, alas, they weren't to stay together. So, farróir, alas. So again, that'd be a nice one to put in written work if you were doing something about Táil don daltaí scoil, farróir, ní dhéanann alán daoine Gaeilge. So there's a lot of students in the school, alas, many of them don't do Irish. Okay, so tá fisiguin cad é an Dawn féin. So again, looking at the poem itself, takes on Dawn. This is the actual poem that was written by the poet. These other two are bits where the author of this book has come back and done a little bit of a job on it and looked at it and broke it down more simply and then looked at how it was developed. So, Alta hain an seo, yeah? Alta hain is paragraph 1, Alta do, Alta 3. Alta hain sin ag kaint faoi an fearr, right? On sort dearca, remember that word is key, lads, right? Dearca is outlook, D-E-A-R-C-A-D-H. Ag smuoine faoi leanúin, beidir go bhfuil duine acu istigh a cadrih. Cadrih is a relationship. Maybe some of you have boyfriends or girlfriends. Maybe some of you are in relationships and you know that people have different outlooks in relation to different things are important to different people. So this poem really gets at that point and looks at how sad it is and how difficult it is when things don't work out in a relationship. So Fake iver a hain on seo Latin alta hain, shin on fear, okay? So I think it's a really important one to know which is which, okay? Alta hain on fear, alta do on ban, alta tree then on rachok, the solution. So alta hain on fear, you could even write that in the margin of your book. Alta do on ban, and alta tree on rachok, this word here, the solution. So paragraph 1, the man, paragraph 2, the woman, paragraph 3, the solution. Even though it says, which is a bit confusing, haunting she ban, yeah, so he desired a woman, is your first part here, and haunting she far, she desired a man, is the first part here. So it's a bit confusing, but it is alta hain on far, alta do on ban. So Conan count shot a rish a hishkint. So a couple of words which are interesting, which we should know. Fuishiv nad is a nest. Fuishiv relief. Tina erleka hina by the fireplace. Auchus is auchus. Ground, humor, happiness. Idogal clina. Clina, we would know a word from that. What word can you see in that word? That is clan, which is a family. Okay. Comala sin alta do, taved in brishta, Tommy Galere cav brishta sa shomra, anyway. Half the trousers, which is a phrase. Who wears the trousers? I suppose in this relationship, some of you might have heard of before, which is who's kind of who's the person in authority in the relationship. And here she wants a man and half the authority. Tave is half, or half, I guess. Taved in brishta. So haunting she far is taved in brishta. She wanted a man and she wanted half the authority, the responsibility. Dídna shirk is lacked in hishta. Hishta, so shin on arrogant, yeah. So cadrev again. An important word to take down, lads. Cadrev means relationship. I'll spell it for you there. That's a really important one. Actually, we'll come to it in a couple of minutes anyway, when we're looking at my notes, which I've put up on Teams. So haunting she fares taved in Brisha Deednish Shark is let in Hishta. She wanted, half the authority, half the money, a modern relationship between a man and a woman, guys. That's the reality of it. Not a traditional one like the man up here. And rightly so in Mohurum, in my opinion. Sira Harlar is Mas na Gaeilge. Here's where it gets a bit different. So, Bawatli Cadrev Covermuck on Shaw, Co-Onanish. So she wanted, equality here, half the authority, half the decisions on the money. But a little bit more of a difference in the last two lines. What did she want here? Sira Harlar. We should know what that means. It's Mas na Gaeilge. Mas is respect. So she wanted holidays abroad, and she wanted the respect of thousands. So she wanted, I suppose, a life of holidays and status and travel. Quite different from Alta Hain there, where we were talking about humor and happiness by the fireplace, a little nest, the bringing up of the Idogal Clina was the family, bringing up a family in that environment. Here we have, Sail no Einshra modern, taved in Brishta, taved in Arrogid, Ach, status agus mass, respect and status as well, and Sira Harlar, Dolig Skiol Bader, no Sira Goody New Aurach or Ruddy Marsha. So on a diffriacht, either Alta Hain on far, agus Alta Do on that. On Shin, Hangahas or Rachuk, they came to a solution. Scarrider, they separated. Okay, so Tigamid Shin, Fekimid a nish on Teams. Yeah, so fake agi on town Teams and show. So ta folder new gwin show. Poetry Filiacht. Okay, so fake stock is show. August ta Nanoti are Gavin, of course, that we've done. and Colscara Shun and Noti are Colscara. So Anocht Egdollar Asher Show. Tonight you're going to be going back on this if you haven't already done the Shrop. If you've done the Shroppiture already, if you haven't done the Shroppiture and sent it to me via email or on Teams, you'll be doing that tonight as well as looking at this. So Colscara Podrig Mock Sivna. Again, same layout as we'll have for all 5 poems. Dawn, on Fila, Uckerfuckle, the keywords, Príomh Smaointe an Dawn, what the poem is about in the easiest, simplest way I could put it. Tema is your theme. Ivana is our images from the poem. Mohawk feeling. Cutter snucked. We didn't quite get to the Cutter snuck part yet. Obviously this is one where where are they? I still have to add in those notes. So just here, lads, there's a bit of this is the good stuff here. So I need to go back and add that in after the class. So otherwise you're going to be seeing things like the budget for the current school year was distributed by August Bergfist. Never mind. Anyway, going back, by the time you have a look at this tonight, there'll be nothing about August Bergfist, and there'll be all sorts of stuff down at the bottom about the contrast in the poem and do you like the poem. Okay, Uckerfuckle and Shaw, you're going to read this yourself tonight, but just picking out a couple of really important ones. Co-unanish equality. Okay, really important. Jark, as we said already. Fibina, Fibinaku, they had problems. Udaros is authority. Gra romantic love. There's that word I was mentioning. Cadriv is a relationship. Okay. Yeah. So Príomh Smaointe an Dawn, what about the actual poem itself? What about how that's been going? Let's have a look. Príomh Smaointe an Dawn, going back again, this is the main text of the poem. So this is our kind of what I've done to bring it right down to what we could say is the kind of core of the poem, the easiest kind of understanding of the poem, the least amount you need to know, really, guys. Bawa leis ban tradiisiúnta. He wanted a traditional woman. He would like a traditional woman. So bawa leis, he would like. If you would say, I would like bawa lum. Okay? Bawa lum phone poke nua. Bawa lum juk suarashta. So bawa leis he. If it was she, we come down to lay in a while. But bawa leis ban tradiisiúnta. So this is the poem translated by me into simpler Irish so that you can understand it. Bawa leis ban tradiisiúnta. Bawa leis gra agus sunnas. He wanted love and happiness. Chastíon, the verb to want. Chastíon clan a tógáil le hás uig. He wants to bring up a family with happiness. Bawa le fear agus údarás sa chadrif. She wants a man and authority in the relationship. Bawa le co-onanis agus gra romantic. She wants equality and romantic love. Chastíon sira agus mas uhi. She wants holidays and respect. And then at the end, reitig is the verb. They resolved, they solved. So if you're doing maths through Irish, you'd be using that a lot, solving problems. Reitig siad na fibana, they solved their problems. Scar siad, they separated. Okay. Tema. So again, like we'll be going over this on Friday, the poem again, just to get the 2 poems. We'll finish them up on Friday, but just to make sure we have a bit of understanding about them and we know what's happening. So a couple of other things. So I think we've gone through a good bit of that. I'm not going to go any further. Again, what I'd like you to do now is I suppose there's three things I'm going to ask you to do now, guys. I'm going to ask you to read over this page and on to the next two pages. Okay, so reading through these next two pages maybe for 5 or 10 minutes. Especially, sorry, not these two pages, just this page, going back over it, reading especially the Lagan Prose and Ferbert on Thema. Okay, then I'd like you to go in the book to Lehanna Cade Shockdo Do. Again, this is the Shrap picture that we have to send into me. We've got a number of them now. I've got about Cheshire Bukali, Cheshire Fir, Hugashtak an ober Anish Godisha, agus Cogmean over Odina Ella Freshen. So again, Usad on Teams, Te Goody on Piece on Files, Te Goody on Shrappiture, Faker shot loads of stuff in here, Shrappiture, to help you with that. Maybe not loads, but also as well as that, we have our written phrases. Nothing who saw it can help us as well. Fake year shot. And Shay Lena got picture a hen goodie picture of Shay and send it on to me via email or on Teams. So looking over the first page where we have Col Scara, making sure you have this done and sent to me, and then also in class now looking at the following pages, 97. Going back over on Friday, Dehina, they kind of screwed it wrong. I'm going to be testing everybody on questions that we've done over the last couple of weeks while I've been away. I've asked you to go over these questions, and you don't need me there to do these. These are simple. You write out the question, write the answer underneath it. You should have done that in class over the last couple of weeks. So Noka is shocked. I'm gonna give you this 97. The questions that I'll be asking people, everybody will get some questions, will be from 97. Goody Cade is a do. Noka shocked Goody Cade is a do. So number 10, question 10 on 102, all the way from 97, question 1. And then Kamala Shin, as well as that, Cade is fihe do, 122. Question 1, Ivrahain, Cade is fihe do, 122, all the way to 131. Okay, so 131. So, gentlemen, 3 pieces of work. Ivrahain, back over Colscar, go back over the page in the book on Colscar, have a look over it, see the words, make sure you take them in. Ivrado, you look at the questions, oral questions, which are going to be asked by me this Friday when I'm back in. Can't wait. 97 to 102, and then 122 to 131. And then those of you that have not sent in the shop picture on 172 yet, you need to do that. You need to make sure you have that done by Friday when I get in. Best to do it tonight and send it on to me. Ein Kester Bit Bukali, Shoal takes Kugum on chat, Teams, no Shoal refust Kugum, Kamala Shinti Burns at Marion College.ie, August Fragroig me on Kesht, Nuratá Shagum. So don't hesitate to send me a question on Microsoft Teams or that. Okay, Slán go fóill.